I'm Dick Strawbridge, and along with my wife Angel and our 2 children, we left the UK for a whole new life in France and bought this magnificent chateau. We've gradually been making it into our home as well as running it as a business.
That's a long way up.
But it turns out we're not alone, as dozens of Brits are doing exactly the same thing.
Sometimes you have to pinch yourself to think, I own that.
In this series, Angel and I will reveal more about our journey as chateau owners.
Quite a lot of scrap here, it's worth money. Might be able to pay you this time.
And guide these daring Brits where we can.
It's a solid old bridge, matey.
As they renovate.
This is looking good, I'm quite happy with this.
Repair.
I've never done this before, so it should be all right.
And struggle to transform these buildings into their homes and businesses.
Go, 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 go. Absolutely magnificent.
This is the glamorous chateau life that everyone thinks I need. Trying to avoid getting my face near at the toilets here.
This is not the way to make money.
But however hard the going gets, these plucky Brits can always say they're kings and queens of their very own castles.
Cheers. Chin chin.
Today,
Hi, guys.
2 rookie chateau managers struggle with their sales pitch.
It's a lot worse than it looks. I'm going to turn that into a bar.
OK.
And each other.
I don't think it's going to bother anyone.
It'll bother me.
A couple make some unexpected discoveries at their chateau in the Loire Valley.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
Some surprising.
Motherload!
Others rather worrying.
Alex has found some dangerous chemicals in there.
And as one couple start the search for their fairy tale chateau...
Oh, stunning. Beauty et le beast.
This room, it just makes me want a 12.
Angel and I give them some invaluable advice.
Are you serious? You're buying a chateau?
Walk up it, but the chickens will roost on it.
I'm Dick Strawbridge, engineer and former lieutenant colonel in the British Army. With my wife Angela, we've been renovating our chateau into a home and business.
This is my calling in life.
It's not been easy.
I think I'm a bit too old for this.
But what people don't realise is the hard work starts before you even get the keys.
What do you think, Abernathy? Gonna go find a chateau?
Meet chateau shoppers Johnny and his American-born partner, Ashley. He's an artist, she's a television producer, and they want to buy their very own castle.
The dream for both of us is to find a chateau, something that's got, obviously, history. A lot of them are in the ruined state. We're talking no roofs, walls that are falling down. And the beautiful thing in France, there's so many properties like that out there.
Yeah, we're just so excited about it. And then to just bring it back to life, I think that's the most exciting part.
After meeting a year ago, they set up home near Montpellier in the south of France, in a small townhouse in the medieval town of Pezanas.
Just to live amongst history is such a dream. In America, you don't get buildings that old, ever. It's just so exciting.
Artist Johnny has his own gallery and workshop here.
It's actually a famous town for artisans. That's one of the reasons that we picked to live here.
He's got hundreds of pieces of artwork taking up space in his gallery and their small home. Plus, they share an addiction.
Our passion is antiquing.
We're kind of like magpies. So this, for instance, is just probably 1% of a glimmer of our personality, right? Things that we've collected all the way around France.
So they're taking the plunge and buying something big. Very big.
So we've done the math, and I think we come out with E = MC Chateau. Right?
They're also hoping their chateau will provide them with a whole new business.
We want to be able to have a gallery and a big workshop, but also in the future a cafe. So the more space, the better.
Yeah.
But before they start the search for their dream home, they've asked me and Angel for some advice. Ashley's jetted off to the States for work, but Johnny's driven from the south of France to meet us at our place.
Oh, my God. Well, first impression, hey? Oh, this is awesome. Actually, I really wish that we'd found this one before Dick and Angel. They have got a beauty here, they really have.
Hey, Johnny, how you doing, fella? How's the journey?
It was long. Lovely to meet you.
Good to see you, mate.
I'm lost for words, honestly, I really am.
We actually searched long and hard.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a matter of just sort of turning up, finding a chateau and moving in.
Yeah.
Do you know how big you're looking for?
Well, the bigger the better. I mean, who doesn't want a big French chateau, OK?
This is small. This is classed as small chateau. Let's go see Angela. Let's go meet Angela.
Should we do that? Thank you.
Hey, gorgeous!
Oh, wow.
Hello. How are you?
Hello, darling. Nice to meet you.
Mwah.
If we're going to give Johnny a few pointers on buying a chateau, we need to know a bit more about what he and Ashley are after.
Cheers.
Thank you so much for having me, guys.
mate.
So, are you serious? You're buying a chateau? You're that stupid?
Have you thought about this?
For us, a chateau, it's the beauty of the old stone, the architecture. It's the history that goes into it. You know, the worn floors that servants have walked over for generations and generations, serving their masters or the family above, and just being part of that and feeling it, you know?
He is that stupid.
How long have you been together now?
Just over a year, actually.
I think that the commitment is absolutely huge. If you've got the same values, you'll get through it. And we work our socks off, don't we? Building what we've got for the children and what have you. And when you've got that dream, you put the hard work in.
Yeah, we want to start off small with like a little bed and breakfast, build up to a bit more boutique style hotel.
Yeah.
But the big draw card really is looking for a chateau that's got outbuildings so that I can have my big workshop, so I can have my art gallery.
I think the best thing we can do is have a little look at some things and just sort of give you a bit of guidance as to what to look out for, what to be scared of.
Sure.
Because, you know...
I'll try not to scare him, but I don't think Johnny has a clue how much he's bitten off when it comes to choosing a chateau. Just 25 miles north of ours is another chateau. The 17th century Chateau Bayeux. It has 30 rooms and sits in 6 acres of land. It lies in the Pays de la Loire region of France and is rented by estate agents Philip and Angelina Bailey-Smith.
Right, home sweet home.
Bored of the London rat race, they moved to France where they got married. Now they're renting the chateau to see if they want to make the move and buy their own castle.
I thought, let's rent first, but we get to genuinely experience the life that we were planning on buying into.
Try before you buy.
Yeah, something
There
like that.
you go.
It costs us about 40,000 euros a year to be here. By the time you put in your heating costs, all the rest of it.
They can only afford to live here by continuing their estate agent business in London. But to help make ends meet and decide if they want to buy their own chateau, they are now going to hire out the chateau for events.
We've been in the UK for 3 weeks. Best turn the water back on. Watch yourself.
Today they're meeting a local English couple who have agreed to have their anniversary party here.
This is where the stopcock is. It's under a lot of foam, keep it from freezing.
I'm glad you're doing it, not me.
Water's on.
This will be Phil and Angelina's first booking.
We can afford to stay in a place like this, but it's absolutely pointless unless you're going to run a business out of it. This event coming up this summer is our dry run. We really need to make sure it goes off without a hitch.
The couple coming today want to discuss the finer details of their big party.
It's always quite stressful when I've got these guests coming up, and I've probably got under an hour to tidy up lots of rooms, get ready, get the dog out of the way as well. Lightning, come. Good boy.
But having clean rooms and a clean dog are the least of their worries. The guest toilets have a serious damp problem.
Oh, wow. That's quite mean.
Whatever damp-proof membrane was on this wall was holding the water.
You might not want to touch that.
And the outdoors entertainment needs a bit of work.
I'll turn that into a bath.
Ah, yeah, I agree.
But this is my plan. Put a tilt in this so there's a run and we put a roof on it.
How about a Perspex roof?
Perspex looks like it's cheap and quick. If you've got white canvas, it's got the wedding-y sort of
vintage,
shabby chic feel to it.
Yeah.
And here...
I don't think it's going to bother anyone.
It'll bother me.
With their party clients due to arrive at any moment, Phil and Angelina have to focus less on the shabby and more on the chic.
To make their day as special as we found our wedding here, maybe, with a little bit of luck, they can see through the mess and we're all good.
They're here. Hi, guys.
Retired pilot Chris and his wife Roseanne have lived in this part of France for 12 years and have agreed to celebrate their golden wedding anniversary in Phil and Angelina's chateau. They're joined by the son Kristen, who will be the DJ on the big day.
Nice to see you.
Chris has been away most of our married life, flying, and we haven't been able to celebrate many anniversaries, so this is going to be really special for us.
50 years, it's a lifetime, isn't it? I suppose.
It's very good, does it?
Shall we go in?
A lot depends on how the next few hours go. It's not just the booking that could be in question, but the couple's plans for a future in their very own chateau.
We don't get it right for these guys in this day, we'll probably think about maybe this isn't for us. I just really hope that's not the case.
This is the magnificent Chateau de Jaulnay. It's the home of British couple Michael and Jonathan. Located in the Loire Valley, they bought this place in 2014 for just over £750,000.
It was the same price as our flat in London. That's how ridiculous it was. We thought it was too good an opportunity to miss.
Back then, the place looked very different.
The first sight of it in the flesh, rather than the estate agent's details, was wow. I think it was even more wow because it was so neglected. There were trees growing out of the moat where we're sitting at the moment. I think it was up here somewhere. I mean, you could get lost in it.
There's goats.
There was thorns and thistles and ivy and trees and ponies and donkeys and goats. The challenge was superhuman, and that's what appealed to the two of us.
With the help of investors, they've converted it into 15 holiday apartments and a location for weddings. But they're struggling to make a profit. So this year is make or break.
John and I don't earn anything out of this until it starts making money. We're now 2 years down the line. It's still not making a profit. So we've got a year on a very, very frugal budget to go. And then we've got to make the decision, can we still sustain the two of us being here?
They're doing everything they can to keep costs down. One way of doing that is to use volunteers.
We have a system of volunteers that come from all over the world to give us a hand. So these guys come along, give us their skills that we haven't got the aptitude to do, and then we give them food and lodging. Barter works for all of us.
Today, the volunteers are going to help Michael and Jonathan search some unexplored caves in the chateau's dry moat. They're hoping they might uncover some surprises that could make or save them some much-needed cash.
All the stone around the moat, etc., was dug out to build this chateau. So this stone for this building has come from these moats and these caves.
And we still haven't been in all the caves. There's still some that are unexplored. We just haven't had the time because we've been so busy with this.
Who knows what secrets lie hidden in some of these caves?
This entrance could have been blocked up for several decades, perhaps even centuries. And eventually, we hope to see what mysteries lie behind it. There's a lot of local rumours about a tunnel system and treasure.
The caves they're exploring today lie just off the entrance tunnel to Chateau de Jaulnay's dry moat.
If there's anything dangerous, just shout out. Don't try to deal with it. If you find any treasure, it's mine.
Mine.
Otherwise, let's have some fun. Does that open up? Come on, then. That's a good start. OK. Come on in. So, building materials need to go into the cave next door. Anything that you think can be recycled, we'll put in one pile. Superb. Let's get stuck in. That's rubbish, Michael. Hey, what is... Wow. Oh, my goodness. Michael?
They've only been working 5 minutes when the cave throws up a surprise.
Michael, Well, where's that from, then?
When you see things like this often to do at the Revolution. The heads have been chopped off and the hands have been chopped off.
In 1794, when the peasants came through this part of the country, they vandalised any images of nobility. These statues were made before then. Jonathan believes way before then.
We know there was a medieval manor house on the same site of the chateau today, and we know that the chateau's been built piece by piece. The earliest bit that we've got at the moment dates from 1530, but this is pre-that even, which we just need to keep now. We need to show it, display it, get it up so that everybody who comes to the chateau can see it. And it's fantastic to find something like that. Really good.
But just as things are looking up,
Alex has found some dangerous chemicals in there.
How do they dangerous?
Because it's got dangerous written on the bloody barrel.
back to our place in northwest France. Aspiring chateau buyer Johnny has come for some advice. It might be a dream to own a fairy tale castle with turrets and towers, but buy the wrong place and it can turn into a nightmare. So we've got some simple tips.
There are a lot of stairs.
Yeah. Hold on. We've come up 3 flights. Have a look at this next bit. Oh, wow. And there's another floor above this.
You're young and it doesn't matter. But if you are thinking of having this as a business, you do have to keep that sort of thing in mind.
Keep walking upstairs. You've had too much of a breather. I like to see people doing it in a oneer.
Tip number 1, don't worry about the ceiling, it's the roof that matters.
Do you see the little stainless steel clips on the tiles? That's new roof.
Right, yeah.
That is a new roof.
Sure.
So when you're looking around, that has had a problem. It is now fixed. And that says it's been maintained.
OK.
Tip 2, think about the heating.
So this is a thermal store where we store all of our hot water. And if you can actually have an efficient system of heating, it's in your best interest. Anything that helps you get cheaper energy, you take somebody's arm off about here because the bills are big.
Yeah.
Tip 3, never underestimate the plumbing.
This little bad boy here, the old poop tube.
Poop tube.
If you are in the bathroom in the botanical suite on that side, your poo has to go over to our septic tank over in this side.
OK.
And Angela, you didn't want any external pipes?
I didn't.
No.
Sorry.
So consequently, we had to find a route through the house for the pipes, and it has to drop 25 mils per metre, or an inch per yard, basically. Yeah. So you get a progression of a slope down, so the poop keeps moving. You have to think about really boring things like gravity. For us, the plumbing and electric, with all the piping, with the thermal store, with the radiators, there'll be no change in 25k. Yeah.
I mean, thus far, all we've done is talked about where we, you know, cosmetic stuff, because that's what you do, you get excited. You think about how it's going to be projected, you think of pallets and what linen you want. But I must say, hearing this, you know, it's quite scary because you do have to think, don't you?
I think the penny's finally beginning to drop. Next, keep an eye out for creepy crawlies.
See this? This is woodworm, and there's rot, and there's various things in there. But, you know, things like this has all been treated now. None of this bothers me. Further south, where you are, there's a line. And down below that line, there's the things that sort of eat lots. Yeah.
Termites?
You better believe it. In your area, termites are phenomenal.
Woodworm is relatively easy to treat. But if Johnny does choose a place down south, he'll need to check for termites, because they can be costly.
Come on, let's go down another floor.
I just hope we haven't turned him off the idea of chateau life completely.
There's lots of things that sound like there's problems, but in the end of the day, you get to live somewhere that is actually quite special.
And I've got something to show Johnny that will fire up his imagination. "25 miles north, Philip and Angelina are showing Chris and Roseanne around their chateau.
Nice to see you.
They've already agreed to have their 50th wedding anniversary here. Today they're finalising the details, but with more than 30 other chateaux already up and running as event locations within 100 miles of here, Philip and Angelina don't want to cause them to reconsider.
Here's an idea, right? It's not often you get to a 50-year anniversary. Are you interested to renew your vows? You know, there's a chapel, you know, at the back.
Yeah. After 50 years of marriage, you're allowed to say no.
No, that would be good. It's something I hadn't thought about, had you?
Would I marry you again? Yeah, of course I would.
I thought you had his fingers crossed.
How about, as the starting point, you know, should we just have a look at that and we'll go from there? Yeah?
First up is the entrance hall, which was used as a dining room for Philip and Angelina's wedding.
This room will be lovely.
But for this anniversary party, Philip thinks it would be better used as a thoroughfare into the garden.
If we move one of these tables back against the radiator there, they've got the champagne, they grab it themselves, and we're into the back garden before the party starts. You see me do a toast.
But do we actually want a toast?
I think so.
Yeah. It's, you know, you're marking a day that's special. We're doing it in a great setting.
The toilet's behind there.
Yeah.
How many we got?
We've got 2. However, here we go.
After you.
It's loo time.
Yeah, toilets.
Don't be shy.
Like, these are the 2 toilets?
Yeah, they'll be unisex, they're downstairs, they're easy to get to.
Yeah. Needs a little bit.
It needs a little bit of work until it's used. It'll be fine. It's a lot worse than it looks, so I don't want to scare you.
Pretty disgusting, actually.
Is that a family loo? You got 2 in there?
At the same time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Phil. I couldn't invite anybody into those loos.
As I couldn't even use them myself. I'm going to get rid of whatever's causing the issue, redo the wall. Up there, it'll probably just be plain white.
But you can assure me they're both going to be flushing loos, and it's going to look a lot prettier.
Yeah.
But I look forward to seeing them afterwards. It'll be interesting.
It's what we do outside. It counts.
Oh, I'd get them out onto the terrace pretty quick, Phil.
There'll be some seating here, we'll spread around, and I'm going to turn that into a bar.
OK.
Yeah, you've got to have a bit of imagination. Picture this stuff is not going to be here.
Yeah.
OK.
They have a wine fridge, ice machine.
You're going to do the DJing at the party. Would you put your stuff in here and we have actually the majority of the party here?
The lighting and the speakers, it needs to be under cover, really, so ideally we need to be in the marquee.
OK.
It was in the marquee?
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
OK.
Can I assume all that's going to be cleared up out there?
You mean you don't like fallen trees as part of the backdrop? A little bit of faith is all I ask, with a little luck and a lot of work.
Just out of curiosity,
yeah,
have we discussed food? When we did our 60th, we did a barbecue in the garden.
Yeah. There's all sorts of different options.
Barbecue?
Yeah, it depends on what you think. I mean,
barbecue.
It's barbecue and a buffet style. If it's hot...
Just let us know and then we can have a look at what we can do. Right, shall we go and have a look in the back garden, see how we'll lay it out?
In the Loire Valley sits the magnificent Chateau de Jaulnay. Owned by couple Michael and Jonathan, they and a band of volunteers have been clearing out one of the unexplored caves that come off the chateau's dry moat. They found some medieval statues.
It's fantastic to find something like that.
But a minute later, one of the volunteers found something a bit more sinister.
Alex has found some dangerous chemicals in there.
How do you know they're dangerous?
Because it's got dangerous written on the barrel.
Michael finds a clue to what the barrels may contain.
Someone's written on the wall 62 doses for 30 litres of petrol. So they're mixing petrol with something. So that could explain why we've got all these toxic fluids back here. What would you mix with petrol? No idea.
Some of the barrels contain vegetable oil left over from the chateau's hospital days. Could it be that they were mixing it with petrol to try and increase their stock of fuel? Back then, engines could tolerate less pure forms of fuel than today. I certainly wouldn't use that instead of unleaded.
These chemicals that you've found in these barrels, we can't really handle them because if it's got dangerous and toxic on it, you have to get a special contractor to come in, fill in lots of paperwork, and they have to dispose of it. If we leave that, is there anything else in there, Alex, or just those?
And some wine.
Some
and bottles.
Hey, Mother Lode, we've found some wine.
All right, stop work.
We've got, what, about 4 or 5 cases of wine. What are they, Alex? 1995, look.
Yep, 96.
Haute Côte de Beaune, Côte de Beaune. But they're covered in dust. Look at the label on that, how mouldy it is. So this is a different one, then. This is a different, this is a Bordeaux-shaped bottle. Chateau La Perrière. It's 1992. My God, heavens to Betsy. Have you seen this, Michael?
No, I heard you, though.
There's a great stock of wine here. Look at this stuff. 25-year-old Bordeaux.
Opening crew 92.
That's 25 years ago. 25-year-old bottle of wine. Have a look.
Well, that's tonight sorted.
What a result! The statues will benefit the chateau and make a beautiful frieze in its entrance hall. And the wine, if it's still in good nick, can be the reward for finding the statues. I wouldn't mind trying some of that. As Michael sets about finding a place to store his booty, Jonathan heads to the other side of the dry moat, where one of the volunteers thinks he's discovered something in another unexplored cave.
So, what do you think? Have you had a look at it?
Quite sure there's water there.
At Mine and Angel's place in northwest France, aspiring chateau owner Johnny has been getting a crash course in what to look for when you buy a chateau. Before he leaves, there's one last thing to show him.
I think you should take Johnny outside and show him some of that Outbuildings.
Talk about studios, let's see what you get for free. I'm thinking about it.
I know at the top of Johnny's wish list are some outhouses for his gallery and workshop.
So another story up here, right?
Yeah, so it's 3 stories.
Damn. Oh, this is huge. Oh, wow.
A couple of things I would say is most of them have not been used for a long time, so have a good think and have a look around. All this wood is original.
I'm probably more excited about the Outbuildings than I do the chateau.
Tour over, there's one final bit of advice. Always think long term.
We're talking commitment when you buy a chateau, yeah? So, you know, a puppy's not just for Christmas. A chateau's not just for that honeymoon period. It's the long flog. We looked for 4.5 years before we find this place.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go get some air. It's quite hot in here, isn't it?
Yeah, they get stuffy, right?
Yeah.
Johnny and Ashley are at the beginning of an amazing chateau buying adventure.
How are you?
They are awesome.
I have to admit, I don't envy them.
Don't be scared. We haven't ever regretted what we've done. It is so worth it. We're happy, darling, aren't we?
Yeah. Johnny, good luck.
Oh, thank you so much for all your advice and everything. I really appreciate it.
And don't forget, you've got the roof, the windows, the plumbing.
Nice one.
Have a nice shop, fella.
I'll keep you posted.
Yeah,
Cheers,
make sure
matey.
you do.
Thanks, guys.
I hope we've taught him a thing or two today, and I can't wait to see what he and Ashley settle on. At Chateau in Goron in northern France, Phil and Angelina are finalising the arrangement for Chris and Roseanne's 50th wedding anniversary celebrations.
We'll just cut around here.
Okay. This is a really long walk just to go for a dance.
Phil has agreed to erect a marquee for the party. He wants to place it at the back of the grounds, next to the moat, to give the best view of the chateau from the marquee entrance.
So the marquee go where, Phil?
I'm thinking the marquee goes lengthways here.
But Chris and Roseanne want it closer to the chateau.
Why not here?
I was hoping it was going to be back there.
OK.
That's a wonderful little spot over there.
Yeah.
They're going to sit over there and they're going to drink over there.
Phil is worried there won't be enough room for the guests if it's too close.
It's the summer. Most people are going to be in front of the marquee. If it's a great
You're
day...
allowing enough room for them to be outside.
Well, I was just thinking it was convenient.
It's your day. Why don't we have it somewhere in the middle? This is kind of the fake line for the back of it. That's your space.
Or would you rather it be the back of it? So
No, because you've got too little space at the front.
This is the shortest distance
Yes,
there
I
will be.
agree with you.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Good girl.
He's
Good girl.
right.
The tour's over, but Phil is worried.
I think we've done enough today, but anyone can walk away and change their mind afterwards. And if I'm honest, given the condition of the house, I wouldn't blame them. I just hope that they can see through the mess, we can deal with the problems, and we're all good.
So he's cooked up a treat to win them over.
The French don't really do a Sunday roast. You can't go out and have one. No one else in Europe understands a Sunday roast apart from the English, so why not play on that, and hopefully that'll seal the deal. Let's not say anything too positive in case I jinx it.
So hungry. Would you like me to sit?
Anywhere you like.
Anywhere.
As with all Sunday roasts, timing is everything. Unfortunately, Phil is cooking in 2 kitchens at either end of the chateau.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that Phil? Where's Phil?
He's coming, I can hear him.
Dinner.
They say to get 10,000 steps a day. It's not a problem in a house like this. So I'm running between a kitchen on one side of an 8,000 square foot house to the other to try to cook the meat, the potatoes, and the rest of it, because the oven here, the glass has fallen out as I've tried to use it this morning. But you know what? It's a great experience for how things go wrong on an event and on a day, isn't it? So it doesn't really matter.
Trying to impress his guests could backfire on Phil. If he can't deliver a dinner for 5 on time, how's he going to cope with catering for more than 50?
You know the food's going to be absolutely delightful, but it's been a long time coming.
But Phil knows how to keep his clients on board.
You need help?
Just keep them entertained, keep the flow of conversation. Ply them with alcohol, keep them happy. 10-minute delay, we'll survive. We're all good. Thankfully, the wine's flowing, so everyone will be all right. So. Hot stuff coming through.
Just 25 minutes late, dinner is finally served.
Okay.
Everyone's had plenty of drinks, so they are well...
They're ignoring the fact it's late. Okay.
Yes.
Good. Good.
Great. Thank you.
Enjoy your food. Sorry it's late. Here's July.
July.
Yeah, lovely.
Pork is so sweet. It's lovely.
English roast in the French chateau.
Very, very good.
The meal's a hit. But did the rather amateur chateau tour change their neighbours' minds?
The only mistake he made was having the marquee right at the back of the garden, and it was a long way away from everything. So persuading him now to do it closer to the chateau, it's going to be good.
If Phil comes up with what he says he's going to do, with a backdrop, which we've got here, it's going to be magnificent.
Jonathan, Michael and the volunteers are exploring just a few of the 30 caves at their chateau. And after a few surprises...
25-year-old Bordeaux. Motherload!
One of the volunteers, Cohen, thinks he's found another one.
Quite sure there's water there.
You are?
Yeah.
Really?
Jonathan's right to be excited. A free water source for a chateau this size could be worth thousands of pounds.
See, we thought this was a coal chute. We thought that they delivered the coal here, it dropped down the bottom, and you just pulled it out. So can you tell if I drop a stone how deep it is?
Well, I can make a guess, but...
Is that all right? Do you want to plop away then, Cohen?
Okay.
That's the moment of truth.
Whoa. A lot of stuff falls in now, but...
That's fantastic. So what we want, a bucket and a rope, find out how deep it is and what the water looks like that comes up.
Yeah.
Okay? This is the answer to our prayers. So I'm saying, you cannot believe how important this is, because the formal gardens are just at the top. We just have to go to the top here, and then we can feed just one pipe straight out there, and we can water the whole bloomin' lot.
That's great.
Fantastic. Oh, I can't tell you how made up I am.
Jonathan and Michael currently spend over £6,000 a year simply watering the garden.
The garden has been laid out in the old French style and takes a lot of water to keep the grass all green. The business relies on it because brides need bright green grass and their guests want flowers and the vegetable patch, the fruit trees, and need I go on? This is such an important find. I cannot tell you how excited I am about it. It's just a lifesaver, really, bills-wise.
Okay, I'll feed it through.
Show us your Girl Guides. Oh, you've done it?
Oh, yes. Right. We've created our makeshift bucket, and we'll see if we can find some water down in this well here.
OK. Off you go.
All right, go ahead.
OK.
I'm not the well expert.
Do you need to put a stone in the bottom of it so that it actually goes under the water, I think?
You have one in there?
We got one?
Going pretty deep.
Is that it?
Yeah. Okay, I think I have some water.
Superb.
Yes, there's water.
What colour is it? Well, that's not bad, actually. That's clear. Considering that water's been down there for I don't know how long, that's fantastic. We got water!
This could be a big money saver. Make no mistake, the chateau has its own water. You better tell Michael the good news.
Yes? Don't say it like that. I could now make your day, make your meal.
Whole week.
Yes, exactly. Now, you know this coal chute behind me here?
Yeah, there's a load of coal in there.
Well, it isn't a coal chute.
Well, what is it then, Batman?
It's a well.
Is there water in it?
It's a well, and it's full of water, and it's right next to the back garden.
Do you reckon we can get it up from there to the garden?
Yeah, you get a pump. So how much did we spend on water last year just for the garden?
€7,500 or something like that.
7.5. So how pleased are you?
Yeah, that's pretty good news. I think I can sort of say that you can take me out for dinner.
All right.
Great news. If we can get that pump up here, yeah, the maths would say about 7,000. Brilliant. Fantastic.
It's been a good day for Michael and Jonathan. But even if this well can provide enough water to cut down their bills, the only way to ensure the business doesn't sink is to secure a big wedding booking this summer.
Just to break even this year, we would need 13 weddings. We're currently at 5.
Brit Johnny has been to see me and Angel for some chateau shopping tips. 570 miles away, down in the south of France, he and his American partner Ashley are starting the search for their perfect castle at Chateau de Jaulnay.
It is a massive one built in the 16th century. It looks like it needs a lot of work, but it's exciting.
It's on the market for a fairly steep €520,000. But this is the south of France, where the warm climate and glam location means prices are high. Even places like this that need a fair bit of work.
Oh, wow.
It's nice.
It's
huge.
God. Oh,
The 20-room chateau comes with a separate 3-bedroom house, 5 holiday rentals, and plenty of outbuildings for Johnny's workshops. It's 170 grand over their 350 grand budget, but they're hoping they could get the price down.
Bonjour. Andrew, it's Johnny. It's Stephanie. Oui, nice to meet you.
Bonjour, je suis Ashley.
Here we go, babe. Wow, babe. Look how big this is. Look at that.
It's burn. Oh, fire.
Ah.
Fire.
Wow, what a shame.
I know they were up for a project, but I worry this might be a little too much, especially with the state of that roof.
Babe, look up here. That's water, isn't it?
Yeah.
So water, fire, Ed. Okay.
Oh, stunning.
Big windows.
Some Beauty et le Beast.
Yes.
This room, it just makes me want a 12. How long has the property been vacant? Empty?
10.
10?
Yes.
Oui. Torch time. We need a miner's hat.
It was a restaurant.
Oh, restaurant.
Yes.
Oui. And then there was a fire.
Huh.
Here we have some he's and hers. This is quite nice here. Tap doesn't work. Toilet roll. Oh, look, there's a view, though. Broken dolls. And empty bells.
Little baby shoes.
Look. Mama. Mama, boo-boo, what do you think? Oh, that's very creepy, right?
It's very creepy. Other room goes on and on and on. Oh, my goodness. I mean, my gosh, everything would have to come out.
That was one hell of a fire, eh? Can you imagine roaring right through?
Fire damage, water damage. This chateau is riddled with structural issues. I thought our place needed a lot of work.
Oh, look at this. This could be a nice big workshop.
Oh, wow. That's deep, right?
Yeah. If it was 300,000, even 350,000, I would say let's do it.
Yeah.
But 520
Yeah.
with all of the work, I don't know.
Mm. You're thinking no, right?
I'm thinking
They're the vibes
no.
I'm getting. Yeah.
I love it, but
Okay.
it's just too much work.
Sure.
We can't do that work by ourselves. I mean, it's missing floors.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I think you're right. Maybe not on this one. I think we'll let this one go.
I think it's the right decision. There's way too much to fix here, and potentially hundreds of thousands to spend.
We'll find our dream chateau.
We'll keep looking. It's not just finding a home. It will be the first place that we've brought together, laying down roots, and just getting something beautiful that's a monument, really, to France. Does it faze us? Yes. No, absolutely, it does. We're not naive. We know that it's going to be a really arduous journey.
He's not wrong. With thousands of chateaux out there, this task is going to be far from a simple one. In the Pays de la Loire, Philip and Angelina are already on their chateau adventure. They've just secured their first booking, a large anniversary party in 2 months' time, and have started the massive task of getting the place ready.
It's got lots of trees here, which obviously once upon a time had living gardeners to deal with. Unfortunately, I appear to have filled the role of the living gardener. I had high hopes for sitting on the patio, sipping wine with a newspaper. I was sorely mistaken.
Inside, Angelina has made a start on the interiors. She is upcycling second-hand furniture bought for next to nothing.
It cost me 1/3 of the price than what it'll cost me to buy new. That's the only way I can afford to furnish each room. I always use chalk paint because it's what the room needs. It needs to be lighter, so it does bounce a lot more light and feels more airy and spacious. Not that the room isn't. I mean, it's pretty huge, but it's quite a dark room, so I think this is exactly what I wanted to achieve. That French chic look, exactly how you expect a chateau to be. Phil will absolutely love it when he sees it.
With the grounds to clear, an outdoor bar to build from scratch, and a serious damp problem in the guest toilets, Phil's got more on his plate than a ham and cheese panini.
It could be me being a little bit tired, a little bit grumpy from being out in the cold, but I don't think there's enough physical time between now and this party. What I'm bothered about is how much stuff I've got to do.
Yeah.
And you've got your own stuff. I can't keep on asking, and some of it you can't do anyway.
Okay, if you're about to cry, kind of prep me for that.
Oh, I might think about it. You get to the end of the day and you just sort of wonder why you did it all, because you're seeing pictures on social media of your friends out having a party or anything like, oh yeah, I remember that. Back in the day when I had a life, but if it's worth doing, it's not easy, is it?
Feel confident. It'll come together. Someone's got to be strong.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Next time,
Go.
caravanning Phil and Angelina style.
Rope snapped.
Johnny and Ashley view their next chateau.
Oh, babe, this is what we want, right?
But discover it's already occupied.
Oh, Dick will have a field day with this.
And Angel tries to help Michael and Jonathan cut down their bills.
Michael had a quote for flowers. I nearly spat out my tea.
But will it be enough to save their business?
If we don't break even this year, it would be a disaster.